we're talking about how to stand out, like just simple strategies to help you stand out online, being visible to the world, sharing your offers, talking about the things that you're passionate about, that your audience is also passionate about. And really so that you could boost your visibility, double your visibility. And I know that this is really hard for a lot of people, but the problem is that unless you learn to really stand out and really own what you do, you're just going to blend in.
Yeah.
And blending in is not necessarily good for your business, and it's not going to help you get clients. So Anna and I decided to talk to you about this today, um, because it's one of the themes that consistently comes up in our goddess circles. And Anna, it's always interesting to me because we do a lot of things inside of our business, right? Like
Yes.
we talk about systems and marketing and messaging and this and the funnels and the all of the stuff. But what consistently keeps someone stuck is wanting to blend in rather than stand out.
So interesting.
So interesting. So, what we would like to do is if you have any questions or anything that you're struggling with right now, I want you to put it in the comments. Do you see the comments, Anna?
I have it on my phone so we can see it as they come in.
Awesome. Um, so, like I said, unless you learn that it's okay for you to stand out, you're totally going to blend in. And the thing about standing out is that everyone is absolutely capable of doing this. And the reason why is because everyone is absolutely unique, you know?
Yeah.
And you can think you're different and know that you're unique. You can know that the things that you share with people and the way that you help someone transform is good, and that you can really impact other people's lives. So you can see all of that uniqueness within you. But unless you start taking action, then you're not really different, because most people are still operating on the old beliefs that staying hidden is what keeps them safe,
Yeah.
right?
Okay. So before you go, I know you have some juicy stuff to talk about today.
I do.
My mind was stuck in the blending in aspect of it,
Hmm.
right? Because like we interviewed Vicky yesterday, like she was posting constantly, so she obviously did not have a problem with being visible. But what are some things that the idea that we have growing up about blending in and trying not to attract attention to yourself, Like, are there things like that that could be going on in our subconscious that could be affecting us, like not being fully there, not really, like even if we are posting the content, even if we are trying to be visible, that could be affecting the results that we get from that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, let me just say one of the biggest problems to actually showing up and standing out and being your authentic self is that there's just so much advice out there on this topic. I was
Yeah.
joking around on one of my posts, and I was saying, I was inviting some of my friends to come and join us live here today. And I was saying, we're talking about standing out online, not necessarily the most original topic. But there's been so much that's been written about this, right?
Yeah.
So then, like Vicky, for example, she's not new to posting and to creating content, right? So it's not necessarily that she doesn't have the courage. She does have the courage, but then there's all these things that are happening behind the scenes of, like you said, our subconscious that either make us do it wrong, make us show up with the wrong energy, or make us just not show up at all, right?
Yeah.
And some of those things are go back to the way that we were a lot of times, the way that we were raised. So the obvious ones are um thinking that blending in is what makes us safe. Now, this I think we were talking about this yesterday in our goddess circle, right?
Yeah.
Like women, we are it's in our DNA. Blend in, be pretty, be of service. Oh, don't be too opinionated. Oh, we don't talk about those things at the table. All of those things are like seeds that are planted in our subconscious. And 20, 30, 40 years later, when we're actually, standing in our power, and even for people who are standing in their power already, but st but they something still is holding them back from fully showing up as themselves.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it goes back to those old stories because unless we give something full awareness and attention and intention to change it, it's just that energy is gonna stay there and it's gonna
Yeah.
do something to us. And that something could simply be, interacting with the way, like that something could simply be making you take the wrong actions and show up as the wrong part of you online, right?
Yeah.
Does that make sense or is that too woo woo?
It does. It does make sense. I think it's gonna take some time for them to like really,
Think about that.
yeah, think about
Well,
it.
let's really bring it down. Like let's dissect it a little bit. Okay, so yesterday we did a live stream with one of our students with Vicky, and one of the things that she talked about was one of her big breakthroughs was that she was showing up. It's really, really, really important for her to show up and help people. Like for her, helping people stop drinking, it was like her passion is her passion.
Mhm.
So one of the things that we talked about was going down that rabbit hole of why is that so important to you? I mean, obviously it's a passion of yours. You want to help others. That's beautiful. But how are you doing? How are you showing up? Do you care more about their transformation than they care for their transformation? Right?
Yes. And are you doing it from the energy of I need clients now? That's why I'm posting.
Yes, yes, that's a good point. So doing it from the energy of I need something, so I'm going to post. Or doing it from the energy of what I call the savior, right? Like I want to save them.
Yes.
But so we can go back to childhood traumas that, why is it so important to you? Like, is that healthy? And so you can go down the rabbit hole of that. And she actually did. And if you do, you're going to realize that there is something stuck in your energy that's causing you to show up in a certain way that's not the healthiest way. So who let's think about people that do stand out, Anna. What to you stands out when somebody what is the energy of someone when they do stand out online?
Trying to get attention.
Mhm. Okay, so when you give someone your attention, why did you give them your attention?
They're saying something interesting that I'm interested in.
Okay. One of the things that is actually happening behind the scenes. So, yes, obviously, what we say absolutely matters. Are you saying the right things? Do you understand your messaging? Do you really know what your client is going through? Right. And so, if you do that part of the homework, um, you're going to show up and you've already won half the battle.
Hmm.
But the other part of it is how much fun are you actually having when you're creating the content, when you're selling your offers?
Yeah.
Because how much fun you are having when you show up on a live stream or you're creating content or when you're talking about your offers is directly correlated. It absolutely determines your influence and your success with people.
Yeah. The energy behind it.
That's what I'm saying. It's the energy behind it, right?
Yeah.
So, and I mean, the thing about energy is that it's felt. It's not really like right here. It's just there's
Yeah.
something about this person, or there's something about this person, you know?
Right, right, right.
Like, like, oh, I just want to listen to her. Or that girl's kind of scary.
There's really no words attached to it at first, right? So like you kind of have to be tuned into your intuition as well, when it comes
I
to
mean,
that.
and we don't have to dissect it. I mean, usually when we're scrolling through social media, it's
Yeah,
literally a, a nanosecond nowadays.
for sure.
We are making decisions like this. So the things that your audience is looking at is the way you look, like, are you looking into the camera? Like, have you made eye contact? That how are you using your voice? Now these are things that we are trained at a subconscious level to always be looking at different clues to clue me into whether I should trust you or not.
Yeah, it's like a survival mechanism that
Yes.
was programmed into us, that we're not even aware of. And I've always said like human beings are intuitive, right? By nature.
Yeah.
Um, because well, part of that is because of survival. Am I in danger? Is she safe?
Yeah, let me see. Is this girl like this, like all the other people that I've signed up with that have, that I'm just collecting dust? Like we're always
Yeah,
looking to see, is this person trustworthy? So when somebody shows up online and they are not having fun, they are scared of their own message, they are in constant fear of being judged, and well, that's just not communicating confidence to me.
yeah,
And I'm going to sign up and work with someone that is confident, that understands what they're talking about, that knows that they can help me, that I feel safe with, right?
yeah,
So I think that write this down. That is the very first tip. How much fun, how much fun are you having while you're showing up? You know,
yeah,
the other thing is, are you attaching your worthiness to how many followers you have? How many people are commenting and engaging with your stuff? Now,
yeah.
I'm
That's
not saying don't post, and like, engagement is powerful, it's important. But what happens when you post? Do you post and then you go to check to see how many people have commented already or how many people have liked it? Like, is your worthiness attached to that?
that
Because
validation.
that validation, right? Because the people that stand out online are the people that don't need to feel validated. The people that stand that are okay with who they are. They have been through everything they've been through. They know what works, what doesn't work, and their work is tried and tested.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that's where their worthiness kind of comes from. That's actually healthy, in my opinion. I mean, listen, worthiness should come from the fact that you're alive and you're a miracle and that you're walking this earth.
Right.
That's where your worthiness should come from. But as an online coach, something very tangible to base your worthiness on is, do you know what you're talking about? How long have you been doing what you're doing, and how many people have you helped? Do you know that given the opportunity to sit with someone one-on-one, that you can help that person take the next step in their journey? And if you have that confidence, that makes you worthy to speak up,
Yeah.
right? To show up.
Yeah.
But what happens, Anna, when you're just launching your business? What do you think is a good way to actually, where is your worthiness coming from? Or should it be coming from?
I'm speaking from my own experience.
Mhm.
My worthiness comes from knowing my gifts and my talents
Yeah.
and where I truly shine.
Yeah.
And like it kind of ties into the first tip that you gave as far as how much fun are you having?
Mhm.
That's like my meter. If I'm like excited to work on a project or work with a client or work on a specific area of something in my business, I think about is this kind of like my jam? Like do I love working on this or talking about this? Um, so that like I would think it's like based on my past experience, my knowledge, my wisdom, my gifts, my talents, that's where my worthiness comes from. I don't know if that's the answer you're
No,
looking for.
that's exactly what I'm looking for because, as someone who has been like I've been in business for a long time, I know I've done thousands of coaching sessions. So I trust my instinct and my intuition when I show up with someone
Yes.
um, into a session because I've done it so many times. So worthiness can come from experience, but worthiness can also come from you owning your talents, like you just said,
Yeah.
understanding what makes you unique.
Yeah.
What makes you unique? And when you understand what makes you unique and you speak with conviction about the things that you do know, that you're going to stand out automatically. And you're going to stand out because most people don't feel that way. And I'm going to say it, like most coaches out of 100 coaches, um, most of them are not, unfortunately, going to own that.
Yeah.
But
This is the problem that I see with that particular aspect as far as like what makes us unique and knowing what makes us unique is that because our gifts and talents are so natural to us, most of the time we don't even know that that's what makes us unique and that's our unique capability, right?
yep,
So we just like disregard it. And this is why I love working with coaches all the time. Like there's never been a time in my business where I didn't have a coach. It's not
yeah,
because I don't know what I'm doing. It's because the coach, I know for sure, will always see the things that I'm not seeing.
that's right. That's you hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
And I think I talked a little bit about this, I don't know, recently, but in fact, those blind spots that you have are the things that your ideal clients need from you.
Yeah. That's
You
so
know,
true.
it's so true. It's like the things that you take for granted that are so natural for you that are just like, well, that's what really people are. That's your I'm not it's not your expertise. It's really your what makes you unique. That's your signature.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not even an expertise. It could also sometimes be the fact that you are someone who ignites or inspires people into action.
Yeah.
There are people that have that fire as a coach that it doesn't matter what they say, they ignite people and they inspire them into action, and that's their gift.
Yeah.
So knowing yourself, know thyself, right? Knowing that about you can give you really a foundation for you to start stepping into that more and more and create content from there.
Yeah.
It's an energy. It's an energy about yourself that you're like, you know what? I naturally, and I'm not saying this like don't do this in an egoic way, but own the fact that I inspire people to take action and get in touch with that energy within yourself. And before you show up into that live stream or, you know, create a video for your website or create a post, create it from that energy.
Yeah.
But here's the trick. Create it for them, not for you.
Yeah.
Because we go back to the idea, are you sharing something because you need a client, or are you sharing because you're sharing?
Yeah.
And the energy of those two are very different. And you can do both at the same time.
Yeah.
As long
Well,
as deep down inside, you're not feeling like, oh, I'm just doing this to get, someone to click on this link, or that's my only goal. Like that can be a goal. That's healthy to have that be a goal, but how can you truly contribute to people then and there? This is where the laws of messaging are so important to understand. Like what should you be sharing, right?
yeah.
Is it really helping someone for you to give them the entire thing right then and there in that post? Is that really helping someone?
So
Because there is
talk
such
about
a thing.
everything that I have.
Yeah, like sometimes we can go into oversharing because we just don't feel good enough. And we're doing it from like the opposite spectrum.
Hmm.
But if you do it from the place of like, really, what is going to really help this person take a simple step in the right direction?
Yeah.
And my goal is also to have them click on this thing so that they can take the next step. So it's an energy that you
Yeah.
can work from.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
I think you kind of went into the next aspect of what we wanted to talk about is, being vague about
Mm,
what is it that you do?
yeah.
Like I was talking to a client this morning and she's like, I have this network of people that I do business with and or like that I've known for a while and they're local. It's like they don't even know what I do. That's interesting.
Funny.
So how do you fix that or what are some steps that they can do to be not vague?
Um, be upfront. Sometimes, listen, good messaging and marketing is about causing curiosity, of course. There is a level of mystery to the whole thing. There is such a thing as speaking in a certain way to people that don't know you at all, and then really bringing people in down that buyer journey. That's absolutely a thing.
Hmm.
But um, also speaking with conviction, and being upfront, straightforward, and really telling people exactly how you can help them is what's going to stand out to people.
Yeah.
you know when you can tell someone, when somebody asks you like, what is it that you do you go back and think about your I help statement?
Yeah.
Yes. I help entrepreneurs, blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
Or do you really say, you know what? I help online coaches build online business and to allow themselves to show up and shine. That's what I do. We set up their systems. We help them, get out of their way and step into their power. We help them figure out their offers, and we help them get rid of the bullshit that is holding them back.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to fit into what is it, 100 characters?
Yeah.
It just has to be real. It
It's
has to
not
be
Twitter.
true. Another thing that people ask me all the time is like, what if I have multiple things that I do? And I totally get that. Like, it's not easy to put all of this into one single sentence.
Hmm.
So, but think about like, what is the big transformation that they get from all the things that you do?
Yeah.
So, I mean, for example, Anna, like we can create someone's website, and we do. We can create a funnel. We can create an entire brand. I can create messaging galore.
Yeah.
Those are all little things that we do, right? But why do we do that?
Yes. The
We really,
overarching
what's the what's
goal.
the what's the big reason that we do it? We do it because we want to help people really double their audience. We do it so that people can double their audience and just be able to sign up more people,
Yeah.
all while they're shining online.
Yes. Without being frustrated about tech or about what do I talk about,
Yeah.
and not have to wonder in the back of their mind, which affects their energy. Um, am I saying the right things?
Am I saying the right things? So in that example, you can talk about the individual things that you do in your business. Like, yes, I just got off of a call with one of my new clients, and we're building this really cool website and sales system for her healing business. So we could pull that out. Maybe there's a particular kind of therapy that you do. You can pull that out, but what's the reason that what the therapy is not what they want? The website is not what they want.
Yeah,
What's the reason what is that website doing for them and their life? That's what you should talk about.
I love that. I love that. That's very clear. It's
Yeah.
really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I'm kind of just making sure we stay on track. So we've talked
Yeah.
about three things so far. Just kind of do a quick overview of the three things that we've talked about so far.
Actually, I have four in my notes.
Okay.
So, all right. So, quick recap. And what we talked a little bit about today is you want to have fun when you're creating your content because people can feel your energy. Okay. Um, you want to stop attaching your worthiness to how many followers you have. Nobody cares. And think about it this way. If Marie Forleo was starting all over again, would you follow her if she just created a brand new website, or I mean a brand new Instagram or whatever? Or think of your favorite like person, influencer, if they had to start
Celebrity.
all over again. Huh?
Celebrity.
Celebrity, influencer, if they started all over again and just started posting every day or however often they posted in the same energy that they are now, are they follow worthy? Yes. So stop attaching your worthiness to that because the followers will come.
Yeah.
It's not like you're going to post one video or one live stream and you're going to build your entire business. I mean, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Even with our systems.
Yes.
You have to be able to stand into your power, speak with conviction, and do the thing that you committed to doing over and over and over. And that's what builds your business, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Stop being vague. Stop being vague about how you can help people, you know? Again, conviction. Tell them exactly what you can do, how you can help them. What else did I go over? I think I always talk about messaging because I'm such a messaging geek.
Yeah.
So absolutely, your messaging, your words, the things you say, it's important for you to know what's the difference between your messaging and just showing up and blabbering,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
And that's something that doesn't happen overnight and without intention.
Yeah.
So I highly recommend that every single person, every single online coach or expert who really wants to expand your influence, that you develop your own messaging so that when you get on a live stream or create content, like what are your words? You have a bank of messaging that you pick from, that even if you use the help of AI, you're going to take your messaging and whatever you got from AI and be like, no, 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 that's not part of my messaging. And you actually insert what's really you, what your words are. Words
Right.
have energy. So that's important.
It's funny
Um,
because we had this text back and forth this morning about something like that. Or it's like, did I write that? Or like, well, it's part me, part AI. Like we've worked with each other for so long that like because I know your messaging, and we've worked with each other for so long that like I already know like when AI does something like that's weird, like
That
oh that
Marielle's not
doesn't
gonna like.
yeah, exactly. So and so like you were wondering like
I was
did
like,
I do
I read
that?
a message, I don't know, some sort of copy on a page or something. I'm like, that's really good. And she's like, yeah, because you already reviewed it. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. But because I mean you know, Anna, we have an entire bank of what's really our business about and what are
Yeah,
the words that we use and you know, are we staying on message? Which doesn't mean, by the way, that because you're prepared that you don't speak from inspiration. I mean, you see me do this a lot, right? Like
yeah,
I have an outline, but then I just talk.
right.
Just, you know, when you're prepared, you allow yourself and your body and your brain to relax.
Hmm.
Um, and you allow inspiration to start flowing through you.
Yeah, that's where also the confidence comes from, right? Because if you have practiced it and prepared, like it doesn't matter. Like I know my stuff, but if I like go off track or whatever, I just start like,
Yeah,
talking about something else. I have my outline to kind of, you know, fall back on, and
to
I'm
ground
cool.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I like outlines, and I've always said I never hide that I have an outline, or sometimes I have notes, you know, because you're being authentic. People can tell that you care, that you just didn't show up and just said whatever. And for me, what happens is that sometimes I get so in the energy of getting carried away, and sometimes you'll say something really cool and interesting, and I just go off on a tangent.
yeah.
I tend to do that.
We all do.
So my outline is something that grounds me back into my body and into like, okay, make sure that I delivered what I intended to deliver. And I personally think, and I would love to hear from others if this is something that how you feel about it. But when people show me that they have, you know, that they prepared, that makes me respect them more.
Yeah,
So instead of trying to fake it and hide it and like I'm perfect and
for sure. That's that transparency and that authenticity that comes through. Yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
So yeah, so that's all we have for you today, folks.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
do you
we
have
talked all about standing out today and visibility, and we have been working hard behind the scenes to get a special training to you guys in the next couple of weeks. Can you kind of give them a sneak peek a little bit about
okay. All right. Go ahead. Let them know.
that?
We are
Well,
super excited about it, actually.
yeah.
Why don't we just tell them what it is? I mean, you can't sign up yet,
Yeah.
but it's really exciting. We're gonna do a really fun challenge. So Anna, go ahead, take it out. Take it away.
Yeah, I mean, we're calling it from invisible to influential. How to double your online presence and student enrollment. And it is a 3-day challenge. Like Marielle said, we don't have a way for you to register yet, but we're working behind the scenes to get that up and running. So um, we're really excited about it. I don't know if you want to add something else to that.
No, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be 3 days only. I've done 5-day challenges and sometimes they get a little too long.
Yeah.
This 3-day challenge is gonna be power packed. So if you've ever been to any of my challenges before, I tend to over teach sometimes, even though, but it will be like things that you can implement right away.
Yeah.
And we're doing this challenge. It's going to be completely different than anything we've ever done or that I've ever done before. So keep your eyes open for that because it's really going to be you're going to see things behind the scenes from us, but B, we have a really cool way for you to really start in that journey of, you know, from invisible to influential. Like we're really created a path that anyone that is really serious about what they're doing and want to be seen and heard and paid, can really do it. So I'm
Yeah.
really excited.
Yeah, so for we'll take a poll, a real poll before we end this live stream. If that challenge sounds like, ooh, like I really want to do that, like, and it's gonna be via Zoom, right? You're not just gonna be watching us, from Facebook and stuff like that. You're gonna be able to interact with everyone that's taking the challenge with you, and you have me and Marielle, obviously. So if that sounds like fun to you, and this is something like you've been thinking about how to double your presence and double your clients right now in your business, just comment influence in the comments. We know that most people will probably watch the replay later, but if you are watching the replay and you made it all the way here, just type influence in the comments so that we know like there's interest in this, and we can continue to give you guys updates here before we open up enrollment for it.
Yep. And it's free. The 3-day challenge is free. So, but yeah, we should have that opt-in page up and ready very soon. So,
Yeah, pretty soon.
uh,
Awesome.
so awesome. Well, thank you all for joining us today, and we will see you again next Wednesday. We are back on our normal schedule for our Solidify Your Business with Marielle and Anna. So you'll be seeing us here every Wednesday at noon Eastern Standard Time, which is 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time,
Yes.
and I think 6 or 7 o'clock in London. I know we have a lot of people from there. So,
Yeah.
so don't quote me on that. But in any case, we're here Wednesdays at noon Eastern Standard Time. So
Yeah.
thanks for tuning in and hanging out with us. We love you all. And we are looking forward to your comments. So
Debbie said influence already. So, hey,
awesome.
Debbie.
Well, all right. Have a great one.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Let's
Okay,
see.
there we are.
Stop.